Often unable to get into the property market, renters become trapped through their circumstances and they just can't get out of it. With a great chat, we're 13 minutes away from 9. I'm Duncan Garner. Good morning, Debbie.
Hi, how are you?
Really good. Good to hear. You're smiling, aren't you? Yes, you're always happy. It's always lovely to have you here. Hey, okay, what have you got for us?
Well, yeah, one of the things that I wanted to talk about was supply and demand. So obviously that's the driving factor between increasing rents, same as we've had with increasing house prices. You know, it's that supply and demand thing that pushes prices up. So we've had a lot of changes in the areas that are affecting landlords, and because of that, there's some landlords that have been exiting the rental market. And that's put pressure on the remaining rental properties and the tenants who need to have somewhere to live.
And every time there's some regulatory move, which is, might make a place safer or warmer or drier or whatever, there's a cost to that. So if it's costing the landlord some money, then they will pass it on to the tenant.
Oh, see, now, if only it was that easy. That sounds terrible. I didn't mean it to sound like that.
There's a meanie, who's got the end?
But it's true. So the thing is, landlords can't just increase rent because their costs have gone up. That's not how the market works, because if a landlord decides to charge an extra $50 a week, they're just going to have a vacant rental property because the tenants will find somewhere else to live.
What are the rules around that in terms of putting up your rent? Because I know some people around the corner from us who have had their second rent increase in 6 months at $45 a week.
Yeah, so you can, at the moment, you can increase the rents every 6 months. You have to give notice to the tenants, obviously, but rents increase because of market demand. And so, one of the things that we're finding is that a lot of these regulatory changes are a good thing because we're getting rid of all of those slumlords and the landlords that are awful.
It's forcing these landlords who are quite frankly scumbags, some
absolutely,
of them, to do something.
Yes, absolutely. So this is what, it is a good thing. There are a lot of changes which I think are really good, because although there are some bad landlords, there's also plenty of good ones, and I think
they get a bad rap, don't they? Because there are good ones. Mark's a good one. Very nice.
Yeah.
But I want to know, if you want to be a landlord, where is the demand? Is it for apartments, townhouses, actual houses?
It'll depend on whereabouts you're investing, because it's different right across the country. So one of the things that we want to do is to teach people how to do this properly. And when you talked, Duncan, you mentioned about how you could be renting in retirement. One of the messages that seems to be getting out at the moment is that it's impossible for first home buyers to get their foot on the ladder. It's too hard. The young generation are never going to be able to afford to buy their own home. And I think that's a really dangerous message.
Because expectation's the issue, isn't it?
Expectations, yeah. So if people think they're never going to be able to do it, they're not even going to try. And if you don't try, you are going to be renting
I fear for teenagers now, because they're being told, it's too hard, too hard, too hard.
Yep, and it's always been hard.
But you can invest in other things too, though.
Yes, you can. And all you need, at the risk of simplifying it, but all you need is a plan. If you don't think you're ever going to be able to do it, you're not going to try. But if you've got a plan in place and you start working towards that, you will get there.
And I got told yesterday someone bought a house in Takapuna, nice sort of 3-bedroom house for $800,000.
Yep.
I thought that was impossible.
We've got a client who's just bought a home and income in north of Auckland. No, it's still within Auckland. I just can't think of the suburb off the top of my head, being on live TV. But they've bought a home and income for $650,000.
Mahurangi or something further up, is it?
Wellsford.
There we go. We're right.
So still within Auckland.
Home of the main drag. There we go.
So that's a home and income. So they've got a home and a rental property in one fell swoop.
Smarter than us.
$650K.
Nice to see you.
Always good to see you.